Hello and welcome back to another Taunter video. In today's one, we're looking at the Timothy the Archie Adventures, issue number 35. And this one is another interesting one just because we get to see the turtles exploring a bit more of the world. And this time they're in another country. And I know if I'm going to say the name wrong, Saudi Arabia. I know if I said that wrong, oh god, sorry, but yeah, either way, the turtles are there, and they're exploring, like, this new land and that kind of stuff, compared to the last issue, where they were in Tibet, I want to say they were in, and this one, they're in Saudi Arabia, and they're exploring a bit more of the world, and in this one, they come across Shredder, a eagle guy, and they're talking about Muhammad, the Black Stone or Black Heart or something along those kind of lines. Is a very interesting issue with a lot of like history with the world and that kind of stuff. So yeah. Okay, yeah, so on the first few pages we do get to see the turtles. We get to see them like travelling around the world, get to see them like going on motorbikes, and then after that we get to see them going on a boat, and then go around to Saudi Arabia. We'll get to see them on camels. And I mean, like, this bit here, there isn't really much to talk about here, just because, well, you know, we're just going to see them travelling, and we're talking about more oil spillage, and all that kind of stuff, global warming, all that kind of stuff, so, you know, typical Archie turtle kind of stuff, which you would somewhat expect to see in these kind of issues, especially going over, like, these kind of topics, so nothing really new to, like, really there. But when the turtles are in Saudi Arabia, we do get to see them. They go over to this one spot, and we do get to see Mark Splinter. He goes on to explain about a black stone. I want to say, I'm not too sure with this part. I got a little bit confused and lost, and sort of drifted away a bit. So a part of it I don't really understand, but all I know is that Muhammad was there, and he created a new religion about Muslims and all that kind of stuff. From what I can tell, but I got a feeling that I'm really off with that kind of stuff, so yeah, I've got a feeling that I probably shouldn't be talking about this all too much, because I probably don't know all too much, and I've got a feeling that I'm probably going to say the wrong thing, so either way, moving on. So after that, we do get to see the turtles. They wake up the next day, and we're travelling through the desert again, and that's when they come across these 6 people, and they wanting to get clear passage, just so that all, like both teams can get across with no fighting whatsoever, and I do agree to this. However, there is one person who looks back and he's a bit confused because he recognises like some of the people from like the turtle group. And this person does later come back to play a role in the story, and it's actually Shredder, which I got a few things to say about that, but I've got a feeling I'll probably leave that to like the rest of later in the video. But after that, we do get to see the turtles. They go over to this deserted like city, and Splinter goes on to say that these people, they deserted the city and went somewhere else, so this is a good place for the turtles. However, this isn't such a good idea for the turtles, just because we do get to see a eagle talks to another eagle, and the eagle gets word that the turtles are there, so he comes over with his gang, and they start to fight the turtles. And it's not like a bad fight whatsoever. I feel like it's a pretty interesting fight, but then it gets weird again, just because, like, what happened like a few issues ago, we get to see another map of the world for some reason, where we get to see the turtles travelled. And I find it so strange, like, why is there a map, like, showing, like, where the turtles have, like, travelled? I mean, I say that it's pretty cool to see where they travelled, and also seeing other parts of the world and all that kind of stuff, but at the same time, it's just such a stupid place to place it right here, where, like, it's in between the middle of a fight. I mean, I'll say that I find it to be quite stupid, but, well, I hope it's only the digital version of it, but I doubt it. But yeah, either way, we do get to see the turtles and the eagle. They go on to somewhat create a little bit of a peace talk. And during this peace talk, we do get to see the eagle. He goes on to explain why he's attacking them, and he goes on to say that basically he thought the turtles had stolen the Black Heart. However, the turtles say that, like, they haven't stolen it, but the eagle says that, well, you know, like, those 6 people who stole it, it must have been you, obviously. So yeah, that's a bit stupid, but Leo comes to realise that, oh wait, it must have been those other 6 people. It must have been them. I mean, it's like, they're very quick to judge people without actually knowing who anyone really is. But yeah, I guess that's an interesting way to go around it. But either way, we do get to see a sandstorm. It comes in, and it starts to I don't want to say it starts to attack people, but it just starts to hurt everyone's eyes. It's quite hard for people to breathe and all that kind of stuff. And we do get, even you get to see Muspin's, he falls down and he's taken out. And that's when we do get to see that Shredder, he's there, he's looking down, and it's like, aha, I knew I'd recognize those people. So, yeah. And that's when we do end this issue. So, yeah, so I have to say that, like, with the Shredder stuff, I mean, I think it's cool to see that we are getting more stories with Shredder and involving his story, involving his character and all that kind of stuff in a very interesting way. And from what I can remember, this was the story that introduced Verminator Rex, if I remember correctly. But at the same time, I'll just say that because of everything that happened in, was it like issue like 27 or something like that, where he was fighting Krang and Beam Rocksteady and Belly Bomb and Slash and all that kind of stuff, I always felt like that was a really good ending and ending point for like those specific characters. But at the same time, I mean, I do like how they did set things up with Shredder saying that like he will be back and he does overtools a favor and all that kind of stuff. So I do like the like following up on that kind of story. But at the same time, it just feels like his whole story has just been done. But then also like with that kind of stuff, I don't know, I feel like a lot more questions like really arise from it as well, just because like, well, why is he in like Saudi Arabia? Why is he out there with Verminator Rex? Why does he want the Black Heart or Black Stone or whatever it is? There's a lot of questions that do arise from this, which I think is like, you know, pretty good, because you want to know, like, you know, like you want all these answers, and at least they're given like go on to explain it, so at least there's something there. But at the same time, I just feel like his character's just done in this universe, so it just feels weird to be reading a lot more stories and all that kind of stuff. But, well, if it's good, it's good, but we'll wait and see about that. But, yeah, so I have to say that overall for this issue, it was an interesting one. I wish I did understand and appreciate the history that Muspin was going on about with like Muhammad, the Muslims and all that kind of stuff. As I wish I understood a little bit more to appreciate the story, the history, and the culture and all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately, I didn't. So I don't really want to talk about it too much, just because I've got a feeling that I might not understand it all too well, or might say stuff which I probably shouldn't say. So yeah. But the backgrounds in this issue, just like with the last issue, I do feel like they are slowly improving. But at the same time, it's just like the desert, you can't really do too much, like really out there. So they are trying to at least make it a little bit more entertaining. But I'd say that the only downside to this issue was just the map, with just how poor of a placement it was. And I just really hope it was only in the digital version, and in the actual like physical release of it, it was actually placed a lot better. But I guess we'll never know about that. But oh god, I don't know why they put the maps in. It's stupid. I mean, if they're putting like the maps in there just to waste some time, then I can respect that. But at the same time, just poor placement. But yeah, let me know in the comment section below what you think about this issue. Do you like it? Do you not? And yeah, that's game for today, guys. If some, please share, subscribe, and all that stuff. Goodbye, yo, bye.